topic is habits. All right. We have some habits, we have some goals, but we have things about us that prevents us. Turn the radio off. That prevent us from reaching it, and many times we don't even realize it. So what are the habits that we have are ingrained in us that's preventing us from reaching a goal? So are we playing this whole 2-step forward, 1 step back, 2-step forward, 1 step back? Are we stepping on our own toe, shooting ourselves in the foot? Many times we're the reason why we can't make any progress, and a lot of times we look outward to see what is it can I do differently, what is it that I need to buy or purchase, or where I need to go, or who I need to be with, or what this, that, and the third. But we don't think about what internally can I do that will get me closer to my goal. So, we say we want to be financially free. So we say we want to get out of debt. We say we want to pay off our mortgage. We want to grow a retirement fund. We want to grow emergency fund. We say we want to have a better lifestyle when we retire. We want our children to have a better lifestyle. We want to start our business. We want to be lucrative in our business. We want to hit 6 figures in our business. We say we want all these things, but how are our actions not matching our words? How are our actions not matching our words? And that's based off of our habit. Habits are things that we do without even thinking about it. Habits are things that we do without even thinking about it. You say you want freedom, you say you want security, but as people, I've heard people say that the tongue in your mouth is not matching the tongue in your shoes. The tongue in your mouth is not matching the tongue in your shoes. You can't get in a successful position if you are sending yourself and sending your universe mixed signals, period. What are you doing and what are you acting? Are they matching? One is moving you forward and one is moving you backwards. So these are some habits that a lot of us have that we don't even realize are standing in our way. Myself, I work really late. This is a habit that I have. I teach through transparency. Myself, I stay up till 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll sleep until about noon, 2 o'clock. And then I get up and do my work, and I do my lives, and I connect with people. I'm not working in corporate America, but that has me, when I want to go to sleep because I have something early to do the next day, it's hard for me to get to sleep. Just like right now, it's 11:30 at night and I'm drinking coffee. I'm very creative between 2 and 4 in the morning. I really, really am. And I can get a lot of things done really quick and prepare different things for the future. But that habit that's been helping me is hindering me. If I'm getting ready to level up, if I'm about to be on this radio station, I'm about to be collaborating with other successful people, most of them don't keep that habit. So if I, in my business, and God is taking me to another level, how do I need to show up to be that person, to be successful? With different levels come different levels of responsibility. So what am I willing to give up? What am I willing to shed that's been comfortable in order to put me in a place that I can be a peer to the people that are more successful, that'll be able to pour into me, that'll help pull me up? One of them is to shift my sleep schedule. Even though it's been working for me now, I have to find a different way to work because I need to be up when the people are up. I need to be up when the people are up, right? Not just up when it's convenient for me. Being an entrepreneur does mean doing what you want to do. It does mean owning your time. It does mean owning your money. But it doesn't mean if you want to grow, you can be successful and be stagnant and be comfortable. But if you want to grow, you want to level up, you want to start meeting the needs of more people, which is why I got into business, is to help more people realize no matter where you are, no matter where you come from, your finances can change. Your life can change. You are not your bank account, and you are not your credit score, and you are not your past. That's why I talk about the, abandonment issues, the abusive relationships, the unexpected divorce, the, having to file bankruptcy, the having to go back and get a job for 7 months, even after being a successful entrepreneur, because I didn't realize that my emotions and how I handle my emotions is directly related to my bank account. So you can build up a certain number in your bank account and you can start, receiving this income from this job. But if something happens and you're not prepared on how to deal with it, who do you think is going to be the one to spend that money? We are. So those are habits that we formulated. These are coping skills, and they're not getting us to where we want to go. So we've created and adjusted to the life that's comfortable to our own limitations. If you want to grow in your business, or in your life, if you want to expand your horizon, if you want to be a better person than you were last year, then what are we going to need to shed in order to get there? So we're talking about these habits that we don't even realize, because habits mean you don't think about it. We drive to work, or your parents' house. I have a work, but you know, I work in my home office or studio. But we drive to wherever we're going, and we have to think about it. We can be talking on the phone and smoking a cigarette and eating our lunch and doing our makeup and telling the kids to be quiet in the backseat, listen to the radio, all at the same time, because it's ingrained in us. What other habits are ingrained in us? It's good that we can get there without paying attention, but what other habits are ingrained in us that is stopping us and hindering us? So let's talk about them. And then also, I'm going to give you 5 steps. So make sure you have your pen. Make sure you have your pen and your paper and your recording device. I'm going to give you 5 tips and steps to remove those things so that you can grow and you can expand in 2019, all to moving towards our 2020 vision. All right. So the first one, are you willing to learn something new? Are you willing to learn something new? Are you willing to sit in your pride and say, you know what? I don't know. Even though I think I know that I know that I know, when somebody shows me that that is a better way, am I able to say, you know what? You might be right, though. And anytime, like I said, guys, anytime I'm saying anything that is resonating, can I get a thumbs up? You know what? You might be right. I just might need to go to sleep. Maybe go to sleep at 2 o'clock, and you know, and so I can get up at least by 10. Speaking for myself. So what about this? Do you have self-discipline? I didn't know how to tell myself no. I'm an only child. I didn't know how to tell myself no. I didn't know how to not only tell myself no, stick to it. If I wanted it and I could afford it and I was grown and I made good money, then who's to tell me that I can't have it? And who's to tell me that I can't have it? Not because I'm broke, but because it may not be beneficial or conducive to the goals that I'm trying to reach right now. So Stacey, go to bed. It's an excuse for me to say that I'm creative between 2 and 4. That may be true, but that's not a reason for me not to go to bed. Maybe pick you a couple of days of the week that you will stay up. Maybe do it on the weekend. But for the most part, this need not to be your normal routine. Look at yourself and do a deep dive. What am I doing? What am I doing that's preventing me? What am I doing that is not showing that I want to change? What am I showing other people who might want to come up and help me? Am I deflecting them? Do I have the right attitude? Do I have the right attitude? Am I looking at the things that I've done and owning my owning what I've the part that I've played? Like if I missed an appointment, I can say, well, you know what? They made that appointment too early anyway. Or you know what? I don't want to work with them anyway. Or you know what? I could get what I know somebody else that can give me that connection. Instead, I need to be saying to myself, you know, you should have went to bed last night. You said you were going to go to bed and then you woke up and you couldn't make that appointment. So you missed it and you missed that opportunity. Or I could say, well, you know what? I didn't want that anyway. We give ourselves excuses. I need you to start owning the responsibility that you play in the outcome that's going on in your life. Okay, let's go to the next one, guys. We talked about self-discipline. We talked about learning something new. We talked about taking responsibility for the part that we play. How about this, guys? Are you willing to set aside time to do a regular review of your finances? That's a habit. We just keep going and going. We buy, we spend, we put money in a savings account. We say, we make, you know what I mean? We earn money, pay the bills. We get new bills. We pay attention to how much is in there that I overspend. We kind of skim through, but we don't do a complete financial analysis. A complete financial analysis of your financial reality is knowing your budget. Knowing your expenses, knowing your income, knowing the gap in between the two, whether the gap means you need to make more or the gap is higher. How much you exceed your expenses. So how much you should be saving. When we get to the point, you know, I can talk honest with you guys. When we get to the point that we're no longer struggling, we take for granted how much we are spending unknowingly and unnecessarily in ways that is not conducive to where we're trying to go. Because we can make ends meet without a problem. But what could you be doing with all the money that you're losing? First of all, we don't even pay attention to the way that we're losing money. I'm not losing it that much because we don't know. We don't accumulate. If you sat down and you looked at your budget, your spending, your card swipes, you know, your food that and don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you like some people will tell you only should be spending 3% of your income. No, I'm telling you to be strategic. Know that I have this amount of money because I like to travel. I done told you I done took 8 vacations in 2018 and I may take more in 2019. I already have 3 set up and I didn't go in debt to do any of it. So I know that I'm going to go ahead and spend the extra money that I want to travel. That means I may not spend as much money as I want on boots. That's another weakness of mine. You know, I may only buy one pair of $200 boots this winter time as opposed to 3 or 4 of them, because I'd rather take that money and put it somewhere that I'm going to be able to travel. Does that mean I don't have it? No, it just means I also know that I'm taking a large sum and putting it in my business. I'm investing in my business. I'm investing in courses and coaching and software and automation tools and, you know, things of that nature, so I can grow. So I have to be strategic on what I'm spending it on, because I'm also putting money away to grow. I learned how to grow, save, spend, and protect my money at the same time. So I'm investing in things that are going to give me paychecks and paychecks when I retire. That will be lifetime. I cannot outlive them, and they'll be coming monthly, and they'll be tax-free, and they'll be guaranteed. You know, but that requires you to put money towards something, you know, that's safe. Those safe investments that many people don't even talk about, there are ways to grow your money exponentially, guaranteed, and it's safe. It's safe. No market risk, no market correction. But that's another story, and I'll be doing a webinar on that. But my whole point is, that's where I'm choosing to spend my money. And I also like to eat out. So I just don't cook. So yeah, my name is Stacey Daniel, and I don't cook. I don't know how my son, he's 22, grown and gone, thank you, God. No grandchildren as of yet, thank you, Lord. I don't know how he survived, because I was working full-time, going to school full-time, and, you know, I digress, but still, I don't cook. So we need to make sure we are taking time out on a monthly basis to look at what we've done. We'd be surprised if we look at where our money has been going, how we be like, wow, I didn't even realize it. I do want to switch up a few things. So again, your financial reality, guys, is your budget. It's which is your expenses and your income and the gap in between. How are you strategically breaking down that money? Are you spending 50% on your living, and are you saving and investing, and are you having money for your lifestyle? Are you asking for help? Are you asking for help, or are you thinking, you know what, I can do this on my own? I'm good. I don't need anybody. Or I know I need somebody, but I have too much pride. Are you asking for help? That's hard for us, guys. That's hard for us to ask for help. It is. And you know what that is? The reason is because many times we've surrounded ourselves by people who are well-wishers. They wish us well, but they hope we fail. And they might have negative feedback. And so we're unwilling to ask them for help or let them know any weak part about our plans, our business, how we want to level up, our money situation, because we are feeling, and we've experienced more than likely, that they're going to come back with some type of side eye, or they're going to come back with some type of haterism, or they're going to come back without support. It doesn't have to be negative. It can just be a lack of support. And so that means many times, guys, again, are we willing to look at ourselves and do a deep dive? Have I surrounded myself by people who are going to give me positive feedback, who wants me to win, even though I might be moving faster or further than they are, or obtaining things that they've already wanted? They still care about my well-being. And that's not a friend that you've known for the longest. That's a friend that has exhibited that they want you to win, and they're willing to invest in your success. If we haven't surrounded ourselves with those people, no wonder we're afraid to say, I need some help. No wonder we're afraid to say, I made a mistake. Even if that's your spouse or your kids, that's fine. They may not understand your dream. And it's not meant for them to understand your dream. Your dream is your dream. We're the ones that sacrifice, and we have to share our lives with them, but your dream is your dream. So who are you surrounding yourself with that's going to help you, push you, show you? First of all, we need to surround ourselves with people that care about us, and we know that they care about us, so we don't get to that first mentality, because we already gonna buck it when somebody tell us something we don't want to hear. We already gonna buck because we think we know everything. So when somebody tell us something we don't like, which is constructive criticism, first thing is you jealous, or you just want what I got, or you just hating. It's just natural to feel that way. If we surround ourselves with people who we don't have to question their motives, then we'll be more receptive when they give us comments about what we're doing. That makes sense, guys? If we surround ourselves by people who we don't have to second guess their motives, then we won't second guess the instruction that they give us. We'll take that with a grain of salt, like, wow, you know what? That there must be some validity to it, because I know she cares about me. I know that they have helped me. They saw me grow. They poured into me. And she's not telling me this to tear me down. So I might want to listen to it. I can't give myself the excuse of whatever. I ain't got to listen to that. I know I'm all that. Pop my collar. No, boo-boo. Your slip is hanging, and you might need to fill in the blank. Are you okay with being uncomfortable? Are you okay with being uncomfortable? Are you already accepting the fact that this is going to make me do some things that I don't like? Like I keep telling you guys, I'm an only child. And We're going to have to do some things that we don't like. So expect it. Expect it. No. Do you have the ability to say no when somebody else wants something? Whether that's your time, your energy, your space, your efforts. If it's standing in your way, many times we are martyrs. We do it, and then we want to say that we did it later. Oh, we do it. Oh, and we use it as an excuse of why we couldn't get done something that we need to get done. Do you have the ability to protect what you're trying to do? It's okay to say no. It's okay to be in survival mode. And I don't mean neglecting. I mean, when you've done enough, then you've done enough. So where's your boundary? Set your boundaries. Some of us have habits that just overdo, and we're expecting something in return. So we just overdo and overdo. And then we don't end up getting or accomplishing our own goals. Do you have that habit? The last one, guys, is, are you addicted to the hustle? Are you addicted to the hustle? The hustle means I'm just going to keep going and going and going and going and stuff. I'm going to keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny and hustling, making money, hustling, making money, hustling, making money, hustling, making money, hustling. But you're not paying attention to how you make your money. You're not making some type of strategic alliances. You're not making a way for people to send you people on, learning how to leverage relationships so you don't have to constantly hustle. You're not managing how you're spending your money. You had the mentality, I'm going to make it like hairdressers and truck drivers, and insurance agents. They usually have this mentality. It's all right. I was going to come back. Drug dealers do too, but I'm not talking to drug dealers. Just throw that in there. But we have that hustle mentality. I know I can make some more, so I'm going to keep making it. It don't really matter. I'll figure out that later. But because we've gotten accustomed to the fact that the money's going to be there because it comes so easy. That's addicted to the hustle. We need to get out of addicted to the hustle. That's the easy part. Your gifts and your talents and the people that you know and the product that you sell and your ability to read people and being at the right place at the right time, your experience, make it easy. But in the long run, is that going to help you level up? Is that going to take your income level to the next level? Is that going to take your financial stability and security and peace of mind to the next? You can't have peace of mind if you got to hustle, and make the same thing you did over and over and over again. That's not smart. That's not smart. There's going to come a time when you're not going to want to hustle. How are you building that up now? How are you building it up now to prepare for later? When you like, man, look, I don't want to work for a whole month, but I need my money to keep coming to me because I still got these bills. And I have a certain lifestyle, and I need to be putting money away for that retirement. Because as an entrepreneur, guys, we don't get Social Security. And if we do, that $1,200, $1,500 check on a monthly basis is not going to get us the lifestyle that we want. Not for real, for real. If you only making $1,200, $1,500 a month and that's all you're making, then eventually we're going to get a job. Other than that, if you've done that consistently, you've gotten the desire that you want more, and you figured out ways to get more, and that's great. Bottom line is, once you get more, we need to be figuring out then, how can I put this on automation? I need to have this money coming in regularly, so if I get sick and I can't work, I have other means that's coming in. Or I can make it an asset. Now it's running on its own for the most part. I can start other ventures so I can double my income. That makes sense, guys? We got to move. We have to disconnect, divorce the idea that hustle and hard work equals success. Hustle and hard work equal calluses and stressed out and a loss of time. Hey, Joseph, glad you're here. Hey, Kayla, glad you're here. Dion, Roosevelt. That's not what success is, guys. That's not what success is. That's what, when you're building, you do have to hustle a little bit more than an average. But at some point, you get to the point that your hustle is less and your income is more. How are we doing that? We have to strategically manage our money. First of all, we got to stop losing it. Then we got to learn how to leverage the money that's coming in. How can we repeat that when I'm not even there? All right, guys. You know what? I do have one more habit that is detrimental to our success. Are you a fly by the seat of your pants entrepreneur or person? And so you just sporadically, spontaneously do things. And we say, I'm a spontaneous person. I'm spontaneous. I don't like to plan. No, you're lazy. You're lazy and you lack discipline. I'm gonna call it, my mama say, call it ace a ace and a spade a spade. You're lazy and you lack discipline. You feel like it's okay to do what you want to do, and how is that hurting you? What type of foundation have you built up because you just feel like you can go and spend money any kind of way that you want? How is that getting you closer to your goal? When is it going to come to the, what are you going to do when it comes to the day that you no longer want to continue to grind like you are? What have you implemented that's going to help you just keep on going and going while you just relaxing? Don't you want to take vacation for like months at a time? What the purpose of becoming an entrepreneur? Or you still got a job. You still got a job that you have to be there every single day in order to grind, doing stuff that I don't like to do. Oh my God, I hate picking up the phone and calling these damn people. Well, then why don't you find a way to leverage relationships? If you can get 5 referrals from people on a monthly basis, 5 people on a monthly basis, word of mouth is the strongest referral. If you can get 5 people from people you know on a monthly basis, how much less grind would you have to do? So then you need to be grinding to build up those relationships. Leverage 1% of 100 people instead of you having to do all of the work all of the time. When you get weary, when you get tired, when you just don't care and you want to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But you still need to have income coming in. How have you built your foundation? I can help you with that if that's what you'd like to do. But the whole point is I need you to realize it's important. We're getting ready to get into the how. I just told you the what and why it's important. Now we're going to get into the how. I'm giving you 5 tips, 5 steps on what we can do to make sure that we are successful in implementing new habits so that we can reach our goal. You know, we didn't even think about, man, maybe my habits. We don't think about those things because the same mind is not going to get us in a better position. We have to surround ourselves around people and around information that'll give us a different perspective, that'll help us realize that, man, there's so much I don't know what I don't know, and that's okay. Let me be willing to learn. That's one of the habits that we usually don't have is, am I willing to say when I don't know and receive help? So 5 tips. First one, we need to de-stress. We need to de-stress. Hope you got your pen. We need to de-stress. You're unlikely to make healthy decisions when you are stressed. When you're stressed, you just like, whatever, man, I don't care. You know, it takes time and energy to undo some things. It's not comfortable. That's why we have to make sure we prepare ourselves. We already know we got to sit down and have some self-talk and get that self-discipline bone and pull it on out, that gene. And we got to get the support system so they can be like, look, I'm going to need you to do this because I see you going this way. And we need to make sure that support system are people we care about. But most importantly, when we go home, we need to de-stress. We need to de-stress. That's hard. So that means we need to make sure you have those boundaries we talked about. Are you saying no? Are you overdoing? Are you overworking? Are you not sleeping? Are you arguing? Are you not learning? Just let arguments just go. You know what? I don't want to argue because that's going to get me in a whole new frame of mind, and I don't want any of that. I just want to focus on my goals. You know, a lot of times people try to pull arguments out of you. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. Sometimes it's our kids, sometimes our family, sometimes it's our mentors. I mean, not mentors, our, well, hell, they can get on your nerves too. Sometimes it's, you just never know. People have bad moments, bad moods, you know what I mean? And things they do could rub us the wrong way. Have I worked up tools to just let it go? Or do I just have to have this argument, which is going to make me derail me emotionally? And then I got to build back up, get back on the right track. Now I'm ready to be positive and focus on my business. How much time and energy was wasted by going through that whole unnecessary? Is your priorities in order? All right. So de-stress. Have you some ways to de-stress? Do you like tea? Do you like soft music? I love jazz. That's why I play jazz when I come on, jazz when I go off. I play jazz all the time. So it's not just here. You know, do I journal? Am I sleeping well? Do I have the ability to just close my mouth when people are arguing so I don't end up with the person that's stressed? It takes 2 people to argue. And sometimes you got to put your priority like, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. Because I don't need my energy disrupted. Do you light candles? I forgot to light my candle today. What do you use? What can you use to help you de-stress? Already have you some plans. Know your triggers. Know what makes you start doing these unhealthy habits that we've discussed. If you're a spender and not a saver, know what makes you spend. What emotion? What events? Do holidays make you spend? Do birthdays make you spend? What can you do to be prepared for it? Know what makes you kick into auto mode or auto drive or autopilots and revert you back to unhealthy habits that you may not even realize. First, identify them. That's what we just had the bulk of this about. Identify your unhealthy habits. De-stress so that you don't do those unhealthy habits, because there's a conscious action to try not to do what is comfortable, what comes natural. Defense activities. It's defense is what it is. And so you know your triggers, de-stress so that you don't kick, so they don't kick in. Know what they are. That's what we just talked about. Identify. Not everybody's going to identify with the ones I mentioned, but there's going to be a lot that you identify with that I didn't mention. We can't be on here all night. Replace them. Already have new things to be replaced, because your triggers are going to come. Every year, if you are unhappy and with the holidays for, you know, whatever reason, though, that's going to come every year. That time is coming. Death, memorial, things of that nature, breakup, divorce, you know, whatever it is, it's coming. So, you know, that's a trigger. You know how you're going to, when the trigger comes, you want to try to be as calm as possible already, so you don't just fly off the handle with no control. That's what the de-stress is. Now that I know the trigger is, I'm going to try to keep it calm as much as I can. And then when it kick in, instead of me doing my normal, I'm going to already have something that I planned out to do differently. So instead of me clicking that button when I feel some kind of way, or getting out and going to drink, or when I see something that reminds me of a close person that died to me, instead of me wanting to go eat something, what am I doing in place of that? What are those unhealthy habits, and how am I going to replace it? Already have it prepared. I'm going to call somebody. If I go and decide to do some stress eating, I'm going to have me some healthy snacks around. And how is this affecting our money habit? Is because when we're unhappy with our self-esteem, we're not likely to be putting forth a whole lot of effort in nothing. Managing our business, growing our business, trying to do something that's uncomfortable. I mean, look, I can barely breathe, or I don't feel like this, or my health is bad, or whatever it is. Our decisions and our unhealthy habits in other areas of our lives are directly connected to our pocketbook and our bank account and our wallets, if you're a man. So have other alternatives already in place. Okay, sorry. Stay connected with your why. Sometimes, no matter how much we do, because this is a whole year, habits take time to formulate. Habits takes time to break. We're gonna fail. We're gonna win. We're gonna be stressed. We're gonna be emotional. No matter how much you try to stay even keeled, emotion-wise, something gonna piss you off. Something gonna give you just that happy-go-lucky feeling. And I'm happy, I want to spend. When I'm pissed off, I want to spend. Only time I don't want to spend no money is when I'm sick. You know what I mean? I don't want to do nothing, but I want to eat. But anyway, candy mostly. But my whole point is stay connected with your why. Find something that reminds you. Put something on your phone. Put something on your desktop. Put something on your mirror in your bathroom. Put something in your car. So when those moments come when you just like forget it, sometimes I just need to rest. I've been working hard towards this goal. I've been trying to implement these new habits, and I've been successful. But right now I'm just overwhelmed. I have a lot going on, so I have to take something off my plate. I'm gonna take off these new things that I've been doing. Maybe it's showing up to a networking event on a regular basis, or maybe it's making sure that you call 5 new people, or maybe you making sure you go out and connect with 7 new businesses, or whatever it is that you're doing that you're trying to implement that's going to give you more money or more prosperity or more peace of mind, or whatever that is for your 2019 in order to reach your financial transformation goals. Sometimes it's a bit overwhelming and we have to just rest. Sometimes we have to reset, but we don't quit. You just get back on. Bottom line is, though, guys, when we're going through those major transitions and shifts, it's easy to lose sight of our goal, and we're quick to just be like, okay, this is just requiring just too much. I don't want to do any of it. I want to watch my TV shows, and I'm just I'll pick this up next year. No, that's not okay. That's not okay. Stay connected to your why. Keep it somewhere to remind you. And the last one, guys, is, and I say it so many times, support. Have you a support system? Have you somebody who's going to root you on, whether it doesn't have to be your family? Just stay connected. We can't change ourselves. If we could, we would have, because it's 9 chances out of 10, we've already thought about it. We've already planned it, pondered it, tried to come up with a different route, and another route, and another route. Maybe told one person, you know what I mean? Maybe did a little Google search or a YouTube search, and we're not successful. We can't shift ourselves to grow, because we only know as much as we know, and we don't know what we don't know. So we need to surround ourselves by people who do, that are loving, and they care about us, and they're not going to be judgmental. They're not going to make us turn into our little shells, because we're all to some extent sensitive about our babies, which is our money, our spending habits, transitioning, which is admitting vulnerability. We all are. So make sure we're surrounding ourselves by people. When you find them, find out how you can give. Find out how you can give and not just take. Give them. The more you give, the spirit of reciprocity will come. It'll come back. It'll come back, and you'll be amazed at the relationships that you develop when you do that. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot.
I'm gone. Bye, guys.